Alright, hello everyone. It's just me for now. Who put 5k on Sargly? That's a very good question, isn't it? Well, we'll have to find out how it goes here. As Hubsco versus Sargly. Sargly is not a player I've seen in a while, actually. It's been a hot minute since I've last seen Sargly in tournament. So I think it'll be a pretty interesting one. Not sure what to expect, but Sargly is a Sunday Shuffle winner after all. Has won one of these in the past, so always a threat to watch out for. As cliche as that is, it was a very different era of Sunday Shuffle where Sargly did win. But up against Hubscoa now, it's going to be an interesting game. The Spear Wave, of course, the signature of Hubscoa, and already dealing a lot of chip damage on the other side. Sargly using the tried and true deck. Well, maybe some things have changed, but it mostly seems pretty similar here. Trying to get a K-Wave starter. But wait a second, Hubscoa. That is not a card that I expect to see out of Hubscoa here. But that is something that we saw from the Hazel of... yeah, you know, I'm losing my memory, but we did see it from a Hazel last time. And things are very different here. Okay, I unbroke my setup. There we go. But yeah, it should be quite interesting to watch. As so far, Sargly at quite a big deficit here. Hasn't been able to hit any of those signature big damage combos with the Apprehend, and that Kinetic Wave will be what lets Hubscoa take the first game in a pretty solid fashion here. 1-0 up now. There's Hubscoa. Up versus Sargly here, and I'm interested to see how this one will go. Sargly's going for a lot of apprehends, a lot of invades into apprehend, into shotgun, trying to find some kind of damage, but it's a consistent damage of Hubscoa that is continuing to whittle down Sargly little by little here. And oh, gets the Sparkler Steps a little bit. Hubscoa trying to get fancy with it, but unable to connect that into a Kinetic Wave for a little bit more. Going to be interesting to see later on, but so far the apprehends have just not been connecting for Sargly, and once again some extra credit from Hubscoa as well. Just getting in there. It is looking tough now. It is looking a little dire, as Hubscoa in these two games has been so comfortable on the defense, has been defending absolutely everything. Gets a Spear Wave here too, and that's just the consistent damage that just wearing Sargly down. Gets a snipe on the invade as well. And this is just a dominant performance here from Hubscoa. Spear Wave, counter hit. Sargly staying alive at 4 health. Gets the Frost proc, goes for a little bit more, but gets sniped again. And Hubscoa 2-0 up now. Bit of a solid performance so far. We'll have to see if that does continue here. Gets the Entangle, gets the pull, gets the Apprehend, gets the damage. That is what Sargly was looking for, but the question is if it was enough here. And it might just not be, because despite that big combo, Sargly is still down 23 health, a little bit of a self-Vivi will help out a little bit, but once again, not in a good spot, as Sargly is trying to find any kind of setup here, but Hubscoa is so consistent with the damage. Getting the Spear Wave, just reacting to the invade from Sargly. And 20 health is not much to play with here. Looking to close it out. Has the mark evaded away, but Sargly 5 health Spear Wave. And Hubscoa will take it 3-0. Well, a very solid performance from Hubscoa. We're going to move right on to Sandwich Master versus Cryocrits, I believe. That one's going to be an interesting one. Cryo has been on a bit of an upswing, has gotten some solid games recently. And Sandwich Master, of course, a little unfortunate in the previous bracket, but we'll have to see what happens this time. Time to boogie, CryoCrit says. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. Not sure how this will pan out. Of course, I do have to favor Sandwich Master here, but Cryo, I don't know. Like last time's performance, I think 2 Sunday shuffles ago, makes me want to believe, makes me inclined to believe a little bit. Gamba time, okay, fine. You better predict. If there's a 0 on either end of this, I would not be happy. And we're waiting for Sandwich Master. Yo, Sandwich, where are you? Did I get pinged over it? Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, I do need a buddy. Okay, maybe, okay, well. Whoa, zip it jump scare.
Oh, where am I?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hi. Yeah.
Oh, you're a little quiet.
Oh yeah. Hold up. Yep, there we go. Hi, I exist now.
Yo, 8th, your opponent didn't DQ yet. They're here.
All right, let's see what this is.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Are you in game? There we go.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, bit of an interesting matchup, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will have to favor Sandwich Master here, like I said earlier, but CryoCrit's been on a bit of an upswing. Definitely do some damage here. Could even take it if this is their game to win, you know?
Oh yeah, this is. Anything can happen. I haven't seen much of these two players. I especially haven't seen Sandwich Master run this deck before. It's been a minute since I've picked up the game.
Oh wait,
but...
this is the last week's deck. Well, I guess you have missed it, but Sandwich actually ran this deck to pretty good success last week, I believe. Not last week, 2 weeks ago technically, but last Sunday Shuffle we saw it and Sandwich was pretty good.
Ooh, sick parry. I like parries. Cross parries are my favorite, but any parry is a good parry. Getting the snow cone confirm off of the frost barrage is something I would not expect to see.
Yeah, very, very well done there, as Cryo's keeping it relatively close, but look at how Sandwich is playing, right? Very reactive to every single time Cryo tries to approach in a straight line, and with the vivisection after the escalation, Sandwich, what a combo.
Nothing you can do about that.
Sandwich knew exactly what the game plan was, and wow.
A deck swap?
Oh, that is a little different, isn't it?
Can't tell. I think Cryo changed something, but I can't tell what exactly.
Boomerang, maybe? That kind of
Boomerang,
stands out
I think
to me.
Spear Wave.
Well, we'll have to see if that's a difference maker, because right now, Sandwich is getting a lot of these snipes on Cryo's movement here.
Yeah. I think the big thing, though, is the, what is it? I think the Sacrifier is doing too much damage. Cryo's not watching for those, and then what happens is then you get caught by Sacrifier, and it's literally 10 damage. It's something you kind of have to watch out for.
Yeah, definitely do. And getting a little bit of Frost, getting a little bit of that chip damage, but unable to find any big conversion so far. Gets an interrupt on the invade, and the Spear Wave goes wide, but so does the Sacrifier. The game's slowing down a little bit, but that's a crazy hand for Sandwich. Going to look for any starter here, but not getting enough damage. But 22 health, not a lot to work with. It's looking pretty dangerous here for Cryo. Oh!
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
10 damage.
I'm telling you, Sacrifier, it's just like, it's cheap. All you need to do is spend shield, and I don't think I've seen Sandwich Master use a lot of shield. It really is just a good. It's good, especially for like the kind of play that we've been seeing.
Oh, and a shield break found by Cryo.
Oh.
Okay, let's see how much. Oh, unfortunately can't get too much off the shield break here, and that means an escalation combo starter into that kinetic wave, and the Sacrifier means Sandwich once again building up a monumental lead here.
Getting the interrupt on the getting some damage from the.
Ooh.
It's the escalation. It's the Sacrifier.
Sandwich is
Like,
just
it's
converting
impossible
off of
to
them
get.
so well.
Yeah, it's impossible to get a word in. Cryocrit's not getting much.
Oh, wait, gets
getting
a word
the
in there.
interrupt on the.
Oh, gets a
That's
boomerang, gets a
interesting.
flame breath. Wait a second, Cryocrits bringing it all the way back, and the spear wave, getting so many words in right now. Sandwich does dodge away from the frost barrage here, but the second one does connect. That's 2 frost brocs. The kill could be imminent here. 6 health remaining. A little bit of a string here from Sandwich, and the spear wave of all cards. Cryocrits, what a comeback.
Cryocrit's not letting this go. Not going down easy. Not going down easy at all. I mean, again, it's really. I think it comes down to patience. Cryocrit's has to be slow because that happens, and all of a sudden, 30 damage, 40 damage. It's don't watch out. Don't get caught by stuff, or otherwise you get you eat shit. Excuse my language.
I don't even know what language you use. I hope it isn't anything too bad. But it's a little awkward here, right? Cryocrits did get a lot of interrupts, a lot of counter hits on Sandwich, but I'm not sure if that'll be replicated here because Sandwich is playing a lot more reserved and is going for what worked earlier, right? The Sacrifier is getting that big chunk of damage, and also if Cryo ends up stepping into the escalation, that's just a free combo starter.
Yeah, I think at this point, if you, ooh, that's bad. I mean,
that's tough.
there
but
is.
that was
yeah,
really
it
well
is.
played from Sandwich, right? Because targeting like where the inverter would end, just said, "Oh, Cryo, you're not moving out of here fast enough. You're not shielding, so I will just drop the Sacrifier."
Yeah, I think the timing on the shield too is really tight because if you pop it a little bit too early, you'll get shield broken by the Sacrifier. But if you pop it too late, you get hit by the 10 damage. It's a tough card to counterplay if you're not confident.
Well, that's a lot of our bracket continuing to progress here. I guess you know what? I'm down to like. Oh, but this is so awkward. The awkward thing is, we're waiting on that winners round 1 game, 8th versus Yohiza, because they started late.
Ooh.
So we can't really grab a game. I think we just might have to go to top 8. It might be time to just like skip a lot of stuff and go to Sandwich Master versus Hubscoa. Which is a little.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. So, it's EVO weekend. Have you been watching EVO at all?
No, I haven't. Contrary to popular belief, I have found employment, so I've been busy getting my
Oh.
life together, really.
Employment. That's good.
Um, it will eventually mean that I have funds to host Duelist of Eden tournaments.
Speaking of Duelist of Eden tournaments, I realized that the number is wrong on the overlay. Oops, my bad. I don't know why I just thought that, but I did.
Close enough.
This might actually be a scheduling mistake if I do this. I'm just really praying. I'm really hoping that Perp will win her game very quickly and fix the schedule. So Perp, if you're hearing me, please lock in, I guess. Oh, main deck first. Oh, I might have prepped 8th Oreo for a bit of pain here. But it's all good, right? It's not my fault. Hi, Varia. Don't you have ESL games to play? I would be raising my eyebrow, but I'm a PNG.
Eyebrow raised, PNG.
Oh yeah, 5-1. And Sandwich and Hubscoa are discussing paying each other for certain in-game activities. You might have caught a little bit of a frame of that if you're on the stream in the transition. Well, we'll have to see how it goes here. Hubscoa versus Sandwich Master. Top 8 winner semis. It's funny, it's really fun to just say top 8 when there are 10 people in the tournament.
Yeah. I mean, this will be interesting. I mean, we all know what Hubsco is good at. I think,
Wait, this is a different Hubscoa deck than what I saw in Hub's previous game. This is a little spicy.
yeah, the Quad Claws, not a very common pick.
And also getting a lot of value off the shear, right? Just going for the whatever into shear confirms, just making it pretty simple here. Oh, a lot of shield pressure. Has to drop the shield to not get shield broken, I think. And Sandwich Master gets a lot of damage in that interaction, just needs 2 sacrifiers and a little bit, or 1 sacrifier and a little bit to kill, really.
The dodge. I think Sandwich is actually. Oh.
That was an opportunity, but Sandwich unable to confirm off that one means that Hubsco gets another lease on life here. 8 health remaining is not a lot, though. Almost taken down there by Sandwich, who is going in, trying to get the pull, maybe a 1 shot of the Vivi. Northwind, 1 shot of the pull, not enough. And Hubsco stays alive at 1 health remaining, but the weapon will do it from Sandwich.
I mean, yeah, when it's that tight to the wire, you have to play almost perfectly, and Hubsco doesn't move out of the way fast enough, doesn't have an answer to the W2.
Alright, heading into the next game, and the deck has changed once again. The Collapse that we saw earlier is being featured here. Thoughts on Collapse on Saffron?
It's interesting.
Yeah,
It's interesting. What I'm more interested in, though, I'm gonna be frank with you here. It's the Crossfire. I have no idea what that's doing in a Saffron deck.
Okay, so I saw the Crossfire earlier, and Hubsco was sniping people with it. Like, against Sargly, Hubsco was just getting the snipes from the diagonal. It's kind of hard to align yourself on the diagonal, though.
Yeah. I mean, what is it? The whole diagonal.
Look at that.
Oh,
That's
okay.
exactly
I
what
see what you
Hubsco
mean.
wants to do. Yeah, so if you go up or down after the collapse, I guess it's a bit of a combination there. It covers top or bottom. Any lateral movement here in a shield break. Oh, this is really huge.
Okay. This will be interesting.
Especially
Sandwich
because
Master still
Hubsco has a
putting
big
a
lead here, right?
Yeah. Hubsco is still in the lead. The Sandwich Master kind of has to find a way in, see if they can do anything. Just barely survives the Northwind hit, giving him just enough to drop
Well,
I need to stop speaking.
yeah. That was a mean yeah, my bad. But that was a crazy curse. Perfectly timed even. Alright, another game comes in. Hupskoa versus Sandwich Master. Gotta see what the game is here.
Ooh, the Sacrifice hit. I haven't seen. I think Sandwich is casting Sacrifice in the same lane almost every time. Take a take a hint of that.
The second highest row.
Yeah.
Oh, but this time on the
the
bottom row, and lands it too, right?
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure they mostly put it on that second lane.
Yeah, we'll have to see if that continues here, if that's a habit that Hupskoa can identify and survive in. As the pull comes out, Sandwich Master on the back foot, the Spear Wave dealing chip damage, and Hupskoa in a very comfortable spot, gets the Frost Brock, gets some marks, gets more spears, and the Frost Barrage as well. 2 health remaining. That's Sparkler territory, not anymore, but that collapse could be the ticket here, but does get counter hit too far back. 1 health remaining, and another Sparkler from across the map. Hupskoa up 2-1 now. Wait, 8th. What was the record of your game? I'll just report it. 8th. Quick. 3-1. Who won? You?
Anyways, there's the video game happening. Hupskoa snipes again with the crossfire. A Sandwich gets the parry, but doesn't touch the mark damage, throwing out those big areas like Escalation and Sacrifice, not getting any hits. And because Hupskoa is just good at moving around, good at mitigating that sort of damage that a lot of other players have to come in different ways to avoid. And counter hits. Hupskoa isn't letting Sandwich Master get anything.
Yeah, Sandwich.
I'm gonna stop talking.
Well, okay. So I've identified the issue. Okay. So, in commentary, you just need to be more confident. Okay. You just need to say things more directly, more confidently, and then you'll get ahead of the curve so that the thing happens after you finish speaking, and then you don't have to blame yourself anymore. As Hupskoa does get a really good combo, but right back Sandwich Master into the escalation and all of that, but right back Hupskoa as well.
Escalation. Sandwich Masters, actually frame walks that, Frost Barrage at the end. Doesn't escape the collapse, but it's close, and Sandwich Master has to play a little bit better now to make up the difference.
No cards left to do anything after that. The Spear Wave dodged away by Sandwich Master, but that was a big escalation opportunity. No cards in hand. A Sandwich trying to deal this 17 health as soon as possible. 6 health. Escalation protects that row, and 5-1, and the weapon. Sandwich Master takes it to game 5.
Sandwich Master not letting this go. It's what it is. Sandwich Master fighting for that last position, Hupskoa dodging the North Wind and looking for an opening back in. Doesn't get anything off a collapse, but I think the collapse did what it needed to do.
Yeah, and we'll have to see if Hupskoa can convert here. Gets hit by the North Wind, and Sandwich Master. Actually a good step by Hupskoa to not get caught by the K-Wave. But the K-Wave right back, Hupskoa. A little bit of damage, and those Frost Brocks are creeping up a little bit. That Frost is going to be a pretty big factor here. Does get counter hit though. Good counters by Sandwich Master to avoid getting comboed. That could have been big damage for Hupskoa. Does have the K-Wave available, trying to set up the Sparkler step, but it's not quite enough yet, as once again Sandwich Master, escalation in hand, does get the escalation into the Sacrifier, and that's the game being evened up right there. Another K-Wave, another follow-up, 20 damage for Sandwich Master, who is just really keeping up the pace at the moment.
Yeah, I think this is a big reversal here from what we've been seeing earlier. Sandwich Master finally getting their bearings against this Hupskoa deck. Hupskoa dodging through the escalation to escape his Sacrifier. A brutal piece of tech, and Sandwich Master not quite finding any way in.
Yeah, Sandwich is still looking though, has a fresh hand coming, but that Spear Wave is also quite significant. 8 spears, of course, not having to worry about the spear economy is Hubskoa. just the flex parry right there. Maintains that shield gauge a little bit more as the Spear Wave is coming. The pull is coming, trying to fake out Sandwich Master and does connect it. Hubskoa now with the solid lead. 11 health trying to close it out, but the K-Wave, Sandwich Master.
No, that's it.
That's it.
Sandwich Master closing it out. A brutal finisher with the Sacrifier.
Wow. Such a well-played sequence by Sandwich Master. Maintaining the composure, not getting too scared of anything. And knew the combos. That final combo was perfect.
Yeah, I mean, with familiarity comes when you're that familiar with your deck, you can do crazy stuff like what we just saw.
All right, well, now we are waiting for Perp versus Eighth to finish up. I did make a pretty biased request to Perp. And it may lead into Eighth not having the greatest of times. Well, Zip, how are you doing today?
Man, debating whether it's been a day. It's been a day. I mean, seeing Sandwich finally find some finding that bit of counterplay, finding that I mean, what is it? Escalation is for better or worse area pressure. It's more stuff on the mental stack like it's always been, and not always been, but you know, it's just one more thing that you have to think of. And I don't think Hubskoa has found a way to counter that. I think with time, players will get better at dealing with that, but right now, it's just not.
Yeah, well, I personally don't think it's like Hubskoa missing out on some kind of big counterplay. I think it's just Sandwich was really efficient. I think only dropped conversions off the escalation once, and that was when it was like really difficult. So is really good at figuring out a way to make it difficult for Hubskoa, and also just getting value every single time, it feels like.
Oh yeah, definitely. That sort of extra value that you get off escalation, because you have, if they get hit and they're really far away, you have like an hour and a half to set up whatever you want.
Oh, and is that a Perp 3-0? Thank you, Perp, for brutally first decking Eighth. And apologies, Eighth, because I am trying to make the tournament run quickly. My bad. But that does mean we're getting Perp versus Airy on stream now. Airy did take it over Gladdy. 3-2. Looks like it was pretty close. And we'll have to see if that will continue. That run will continue here. But Perp, no longer chained by that first deck. That's a queen I see. Interesting.
Oh, I don't like that.
Well, I know that there's always a lot of Airy fans, so I'll put the prediction up. There's a prediction. And yeah, this will be an interesting one.
This may be a hot take, but I am an Airy hater.
Whoa.
The problem is, I don't want. The problem is, I also don't want Perp to win. So I'm on Airy.
Wow, you're just a big hater. Number one hater in Duelist of Eden.
I am the hater. TMCR.
I think it's just C, not CR.
What is it? It's trademark, copyright registered.
Oh. Huh, interesting.
They have different meanings. I don't remember all of them. Trademark is unregistered, copyright is copyright, and registered is a registered trademark. TM is unregistered.
Wait, but where's Eri?
Harry is dead. I killed them.
Whoa. Okay, that's not true. Eri was in chat like 2 seconds ago. Right?
That is actually odd. Where
Wait,
is
Eri?
Harry?
Eri?
That is...
Did Zip get you, Eri?
I did nothing. You're gonna talk to my lawyer about this.
Oh, okay, that explains a lot. Well, you know what? My bad. That was one of the most mediocre bits of all time. We need to work on our comedy. You know, we gotta do a stand-up routine.
True, we do need to do a stand-up routine.
Also, I will alert
I
you.
need to go to an improvisation class. That's what it is.
Yeah, and I will alert you that I will be replacing you in 3 series from now. Okay?
Oh,
You'll be replaced by
I'm
someone
being replaced.
with less characters in their name. Maybe even the fewest. But that's for the future. Right now is current us's problem. And it is Perp
True.
versus Eri. Whoa. Wait, Varia. You said you weren't available.
This is-
I've been lied to by 2 different people now. It's over.
So Jover.
Well, okay, so thoughts on this queen. Wait, whoa. What the hell is this deck
It's
from
Lux
Perp?
Cannon. I swear this is... No, this isn't Lux Cannon. Never mind. I'm sad now.
Okay.
It's... I
Try
think
to
it's a
explain this
deck.
deck to me. What is going on?
It is a structured queen deck. We're gonna see this sort of tech, where Beam Crystal Sacri, we'll see Sacri into other structures.
Eri hates that turret. That turret's
Yeah.
going down immediately. The Spear Wave's almost always in hand to just take it out.
We're gonna see, I think a reaction to Spear Wave is going to be, the reaction to Spear Wave is going to be SD turret or some other structure. And I think Perp sort of sitting even here.
Yeah,
Nothing really too big happening.
playing the game very, very slowly as Perp is slowing the game's pace to a crawl here, as Eri does get the minigun, a little bit of damage, a little bit of a lead, but this is going to take a bit of a while here as the Spear Wave does connect. That's a big progress for Eri, 20 health remaining on Perp. So this is looking like Eri can just progress this to a 1 game state, but again, this is like a very, very slow game. The Apprehend almost does it there. 5 health remaining, 1 health remaining now.
One health.
K-Wave maybe? Oh, but Perp gets in there.
Yeah,
Oh
Verge.
my, Perp. What a combo to even the game up. And Hazard turret now is going to make it a bit difficult for Eri to go in here. As turret finally goes down, but here's the Rook. Taken out, and the Spear Wave does do enough
Spear
hits
Wave
and
just
damage.
overruns the Rook.
Oh my.
And here we're gonna see a little bit of fun. Not too much, just a bit.
Just a bit of fun. And this is the Ultra Angle
Mhm.
variant.
Perp likes having fun here.
Yeah, this is phase 2, Perp. Phase 2 Perp approaching, and with the boss Palette as well, right? So it's gonna be a bit of an interesting one.
And
is
they
it? Oh! Oh no! That's what Perp was going for there. Placed the mine, Eri walked into it, and after that, it was curtains here. 26 health remaining now. in
Yeah.
an instant, as Perp is now fishing for another Ultra Angle setup, possibly the mine placed, the fire placed, but no, not this time. Airy does live to see another day and does some damage back. That means Perp not out of the woods just yet. 26 is still a decent chunk to work with here, but Triple Barrel will do a chunk, and now Airy's in a very, very tough spot. Oh, almost gets a little bit lucky.
That's risky. That was risky.
All right,
Getting the
Triple Barrel.
dodge. Perp getting the dodge on the Spear Wave, evading the Ragnarok. Airy evading the Ragnarok. I think it's a game of patience now.
Oh, that Ultra Angle almost connected,
Never
but it
mind.
is enough anyway, as Perp does progress to 1-1 here. And Airy will just run it back. It's interesting to see how a lot of different players approach this matchup. And Airy so far, other than the walking into the mine and getting Ultra Angle thing, has looks pretty solid here. But wow, Magna Flare into mine, into Ragnarok, and I mean, you don't even need Ultra Angle if that's what you're hitting.
Disarm. But, no good follow-ups for Airy.
Oh, and just the align into Rag, the classic, the mental stack a little too tall at the moment to deal with that one, as now once again going gambling. Not quite. 9 health remaining. A little bit of regen here from Airy, but 13's not a lot to work with. That mine looking so dangerous every time it's placed out, as Perp is doing chip as well, and Ultra Angle will go by the wayside, but Perp's Triple Barrel could also be pretty scary. The Magna Flare staying alive, Airy, but a line into mine.
Ooh.
Perp up 2-1.
Yeah, this is stiff competition here. Airy just needs to find... Oh, we're getting a deck switch.
Swapping on over to the Queen. And this is a very, very different deck here. We're seeing Downfall Inverter, Warp Race, Tailwind. What?
What is this? This will be interesting.
Yeah, this will definitely be interesting to watch. And if there's one thing that Queen can do, it's say no to a line, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but
Well,
right
I
there,
mean,
not exactly what
yeah.
Airy wanted. That's to be sure. The Ragnarok as well for good measure, and already sitting at half health. The Warp Rays defended away by Perp, and the Beam Crystal doing a decent job, but the Align will just move it out of commission. Oh, wait. Do you see that? Well, do you see that?
Well, I
More
mean,
like...
it doesn't matter much.
But
doesn't
that
matter
was really
much after
nice, right?
70
Did you see Airy
damage.
Warp Raise the
But
Beam
yeah.
Crystal?
That is an interesting piece of tech.
But and then that happened. But like, that was
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, yeah, it was cool. The what is it? The Warp Rays, instead of cashing out 7 damage, you get 10 damage, and then you instantly get vaporized. But we'll skip that part. It's Perp. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, well, we're gonna see 8th versus Gladi now. They're both in the chat, right? Yo, here's the code. No one else get in here. I'm a very trusting individual when it comes to duelists. 8th, food can wait.
Food? What's that? All I know is Duelist of Eden.
Well,
Oh boy. I forgot. It's Gladi. Oh boy.
wow.
We're gonna see some interesting gameplay today.
I enjoy watching Gladi. They have some
Yes.
very, very fun decks. And
Uh-huh.
also some decks that are not fun for the opponent.
What I'm gonna be interested to see is how 8th plays around this. I mean, I don't know if 8th has changed their play style, but the last time I saw them,
Yes,
You know,
and with
you-
Chip plenty of
Scott.
time. Unlike 8th. My bad. My bad. My neurons activated. I'm 20 years old. I'm a zoomer, Like, I saw that, and I said, yeah. And I thought of the funny, and I interrupted you. Oh no. Well, I'm also interested to see what 8th is bringing to the table here, because we know that what 8th usually takes, but is it the usual? Oh, wait, last
Oh,
time I saw 8th, they were still a hyper beamer. But this is not it.
um,
This is not hyper
where's
beam.
the eruption? Where's the hyper beam? Where's all the 8th fun bits?
This isn't the 8th that I know.
This
What
isn't
happened?
the 8th I know, not my 8th.
Yeah, what happened? Where's the spice?
Where's the funny?
Well, we'll have to see if the Crystal Rifle ramp can do it for 8th here, because there's a lot of ways to proc Frost, and 8th will be looking. But on the other side, Gladdy with the mark, trying to get some rockets down, getting a lot of bombs down as well. This is going to be really dangerous for 8th if they get caught in between the bombs.
I think waiting for that, what is it? Oh, I think 8th is holding onto that Frost Slash a little bit too long, and that's what's getting them killed.
Yeah, gets Frost proc there, but the Crystal Rifle ramp is really slow at the moment. 50 seconds passed and it's barely gotten to like 6 or something. It's not looking too good as Gladi has a lead and a lot of bombs set up. Does 8th have any way to clear those out? Not really, right?
You've got Breakout, but,
Ooh.
oh, I mean, when your opponent does the work for you,
Yeah. You'll never say no to your opponent clearing them away in your stead. As Gladi gets a little bit of mana back, pushes forward with the air rifle, but the rocket not
good
connecting.
dodge. Gets a Frost proc, and we're seeing a lot of damage come out. There's, what is it? 8th has no way to clear those, claw traps.
Yeah, the bomb's looking good,
No,
and once
no.
again, 8th going in, but stuffed away by the bomb.
No.
Gladi taking the first game.
Yeah, I think the 8th is kind of reflecting on that, thinking about it.
Okay,
Oh,
this is
oh,
like
here we go. Here we
2/3
go.
of the 8th that I love.
Here we go.
There's
This is
Acid Rain,
I'm
there's
loving this.
Eruption.
Loving it. Here we go. Finally.
We're back.
We're back. We're so back.
But Gladi has looked good, and it's not going to be easy for 8th to make it happen here. As that bomb's a little scary there, 1 health left on it means that it can be triggered by anything, and 8th is the one who capitalizes on the other side. Gets a little bit of poison as well. Ooh, and the rocket does indeed connect. Another bomb sent out, and 8th again doesn't have a reliable way to clear the bombs here. I think Gladi has a very definite win con, like, of just pushing the bombs to the back column, really. Or the second to back column.
I think the what is it? The name of the game here is mana management for 8th. You need to have enough mana for your the fun bits of the game, and if you don't have that, then you're stuck in this sort of purgatory.
Speaking of
Oh,
stuck
no.
in a purgatory, that's a lot of damage from the bomb, from the rocket, from everything. 4 health remaining now as the bomb is prepped again. The shield break found, and that's
Oh, no,
it for
that's
game
it.
2. Gladi up 2-0.
I think 8th is gonna have to. 8th is gonna have to take some time, rethink their strategy.
No thinking, only do with Saviden. Right back into it.
True.
8th, a bit of a hater of Mark, unfortunately, as they've said in the chat, in the game chat. But the question is, can they overcome that hatred here? Oh, but the bomb
Doesn't find the doesn't find the opening, but doing a little bit of damage, getting that the Frost Slash. I think we're taking the mark damage, but I think at a certain point you're gonna just have to.
Oh, but that does not get it by the rocket there.
whole yeah.
Man,
Russian vulnerability gets dodges the rocket and iframes the mark.
yeah, but 8th is still getting chipped out here. Gladi with a solid health lead, and we'll just be prepping the bombs. That's a lot of health that Gladi could take, and every time 8th tries to step up, there's the Toretta buttons here. 1 health remaining
Ooh,
now. All
hold
it
on,
takes is a
hold on.
singular hit, and there it is.
Gladi
Gladi with the 3-0.
gets stuffed out. Yeah, gets stuffed out by Glady. It's brutal, but I mean that's how the cards get dealt sometimes.
Alright, and we're heading to some more Celisy action. Cryo Crits versus Sargly now. Oh, you're both in chat. I'm going to send the code again. There it is. Yeah, it's time for the Cryo comeback. One Cryillionaire Bestie Bucks. Alright, prediction is going up for 2 minutes this time. You have to catch it. Catch it or lose it. Celisy versus Celisy, but two pretty different playstyles. I feel like Cryo goes for some more like sporadic strings, while Sargly has a very solid combo game plan.
Oh yeah, this is Cryo. I think Cryo with the Spear Wave and Boomerang. I think it's very much a roll high kind of deck. It's patience, 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 Spear Wave, Boomerang.
Yeah, going for the big hits, going for the chip damage, right? On the other hand, Sargly, you know already, going for the Entangle, going for the Apprehend, going for the Shotgun, the big damage combos with the K-Wave as well. That's what Sargly is looking for here. And Cryo's got to be very aware of that on the defense if they're going to be the ones winning this. Oh, but a raw Shotgun for 14. That's really tough.
Shotgun to the face.
Yeah, and if in a deck matchup like this, right? Cryo has to be the one in the lead because Sargly can swing it back with one combo and is in the lead at the moment. But if Sargly is keeping up, then Sargly's firmly in the advantage. Goes in for a bit of a combo, not the sky highs that we've seen before, but still a good chunk of damage.
Cryo here is basically running for that the Spear Wave combo. You get your hits, you get your chip damage, and then you break them with the Boomerang and Spear Wave.
Oh, another Shotgun. Spear Wave comes through on the other side as Cryo is trying to close this out. Wow, Cryo's interrupting very well, getting a good chunk of counter hits, and shielding away that Shotgun is crucial to avoid unnecessary damage. 39 is like just outside Sargly's maximum combo damage range, so in a very good spot is Cryo here. One good hit could do it, and Sargly's trying desperately to get any starter, but can't just land a single starter here. 3 health remaining, and that's Cryo taking the first game.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah, it was awkwardly close in the beginning, but Cryo just pulled ahead and maintained the defense.
Yeah, I think another big thing here is what is it? I think okay, hold on. Yeah, we're starting to see that sort of combo gameplay that we're expecting out of Sargly. And I think with a little bit more familiarity in the deck, you saw the kunai come out instead of the push slash when Cryo was in an off-angle position. We're seeing, I think, with a little bit more familiarity in Sargly's decks, we'll see some more stuff like that where we just saw with those combos that do 24, 29.
Speaking of familiarity, Sargly has definitely some familiar with those roots there, getting the solid damage and continuing to press the advantage here. It's a very different game than the previous one, right? Sargly is just maintaining this very solid lead.
Oh yeah, we're definitely a different game now. Sargly kind of finding their footing, finding proper ways to give pressure. You can see it actually. I think we saw Cryo Crits staying away from those the front two.
Oh, but there's the Spear Wave, and that's the game equalized basically if Cryo can stay on the defense here. But the combo found the whirl from the back.
Just not enough time. I mean, what is it? Spear Wave to the face is good and all, but the question is what happens after. And if the answer to that question is getting comboed, then I think we have to find a better way.
It's a little tough because like Cryo's been playing good defense the entire time, but for a deck like this, you have to play good defense 100% of the time, or else you will be on the back foot, and that is a very big concern if you're against a combo focused deck that could blow up a ton of your health. Like if Sarkly gets a good combo here, gets the Frost proc, extends it even further, and that's so much damage, bringing the game right back into control, and there's another hand to do it all over again. That's the Sarkly deck here. Gets a Frost proc, combos out the Frost proc, gets 31 damage and a little bit of poison as well off that. And Sarkly looking very comfortable comboing off the Frost here, getting that last Frost proc with the... and just taking it all the way to a very solid lead here.
That's what it is. It's you have... I think you're right. You were talking about defense earlier, where Cryo has to play like almost perfect defense because otherwise... eats boost waves. Sarkly.
Speaking of defense, Sarkly lingering in the bottom a little bit too long, and Cryo snipes with the boomerang, the perfect card.
So just sitting in the wrong position at the wrong time, and that's what happens. Entangle, getting a couple hits, but getting a lot of damage in, and getting that.
A little bit of extra credit with the Frost proc right at the very end, and now Sarkly is looking for a little bit more here. Has a fresh hand, but the world will not connect, and the boomerang once again. Sarkly's habit of retreating to the bottom row is being punished by Cryo, and if that comes up later into this game, that could be Cryo just taking the series here. But that's an amazing combo by Sarkly, but the game is still very close despite that.
Yeah, Cryo, what is it? Sarkly trying to reverse, trying to finish by getting a snow cone, but Cryo getting the, what is it? The reversal and getting some damage in as some revenge.
Yeah, and Cryo now with the boomerang again, trying to find an opening. But once again, it is so tough as Sarkly's one going in for a combo K-Wave around the Spear Wave. Gets a little bit of a tail end of the world, but it's not enough. Good dodge by Sarkly to not take the Frost proc, but is still trying to stay alive here. The Entangle available in the hand, but Cryo positions for it, but it doesn't matter because Sarkly stands his ground and gets the damage.
Sarkly dodges, I forgot what specifically he dodged, but turns around and gets the game, finishes off the game.
Well, we'll have to see what Sarkly can do in the early stages. A good dodge on the Spear Wave and punishing right afterwards. That's the Sarkly we expected to see in the first few games that we haven't seen as consistently, but in this game it could be. But once again, that habit, right? Cryo is getting those boomerangs on that bottom row, and if that happens more often, it could mean that Cryo could bring this game back, but it is such a massive lead, 40 plus health for Sarkly right now.
I think, yeah, that's what it is. Once you find your footing, once you find your defense against Cryo,
you really have to just like... it becomes a little difficult for Cryo to find that consistent damage, right? Because look at these combos from Sarkly dragging all the way back with the world.
35 damage.
The sweet spot shotgun as well. Sarkly just adapted enough on the defense, but a very valiant effort from Cryo, right? Bring it to game 5. And if had things gone a little differently, had Cryo been a little bit like had been even more clutch on the defense, one of those games could have gone the other way, and it could be Cryo moving on. But instead, it is Sarkly who will face Ari a little bit later. But before that, we have Hubsco versus Glady.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be really interesting. I mean, we all know what Hubsco is good at, but I mean, against that much area coverage, against the Mark Rocket Hell bomb coverage that we've seen Glady play.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting matchup.
I think Hubsco has got this.
All right.
I think Hubsco has got this.
Alright, after this, we will swap, I think. But this is going to be such a good one. You think Hubsco's got this?
I think Hubsco has got this.
I disagree. I think Gladdy's got this.
I think Hubsco has got this.
We are not the same.
I mean, I think we'll have. Oh, okay. This is different. This is Glady diving into fire.
Yeah, this is now I'm not sure. Well, Hubsco, of course, with the signature Spear Wave, but a lot of fire on the field thanks to Glady. That's gonna depend a lot on Hubsco's
bomb
positioning.
At one,
Yeah, that was an interesting interaction, right? The bomb left at 1 health after the collapse. That could have been really dangerous for Hubscoa, but knew the ranges.
I think the bomb clear is going to be so good, though. The collapse.
Yeah, the collapse.
Crossfire.
Yeah, I think the collapse in particular against the bomb is going to be very interesting to watch. And the K-Wave if it's not in the back column. But when the bombs are in the absolute back column, actually, even with the collapse, I feel like Hubsco is going to have a bit of a tough time. If Glady sets up multiple bombs and throws out a button when Hubsco uses a collapse, there's a good chance that Hubsco gets caught in every single bomb explosion. I feel like it's a little risky.
I mean, what is it? Glady can only run, what is it?
Oh.
Ooh.
Goes in and gets caught by their own
right
bomb. That's tough. And Hubsco with a massive lead at the moment, having no trouble on the defense against this deck so far it appears, and just needs one K-Wave, one pull, anything. That's just a clean hit. The Spear Wave, 4 health remaining on Glady now, but Glady goes in, doesn't have the right cards in hand to convert off that combo though.
Defuse, I mean, simple defuse. He doesn't have to run across half the board to get it. I think Hubsco is just has to play patient now.
Oh, and a good
big dodge.
Yeah, amazing
away
dodge
from the Magna Flare.
That could have been very risky for
Hubsco.
And Glady staying alive for the moment, but 1 health and another Sparkler. Hubsco has gotten 3 of those so far from max range, basically.
Hubsco is just sniping people from across the map with these sparklers.
And this has to be a deck swap, right? This is the mark?
Yeah, this is a
deck
deck
it's
swap.
the other one.
Oh.
The Shadow Shift one. The Perforate.
Yeah, Shadow Shift. I don't know how to feel about this deck specifically.
It's an interesting one. I always feel like I don't know what the game plan is until I see Glady play it, and then I'm like, oh, that's the game plan, because it does a bunch of damage. And well, Hubsco did a bunch of damage there, 20 already, but right here the inverter, and I guess that's the game plan, plus Perforate, so we'll have to see if Glady can cash out with the Perforate, and does so there, just raw. Once again, Glady in the front column, just trying to find a time to push forward here. A good parry by Hubsco though will negate a lot of the damage.
I don't think it's even the parry. Yeah, you just worm out of your way from you know, what would originally be an easy combo for Glady into you know, you can't get anything.
But the Perforate, the big damage, that's what Glady's looking for in keeping this game incredibly close. Hubsco though gets a Spear Wave, gets a K-Wave, 1 health remaining. Are we going to see another Sparkler here from Hubsco? It's very possible. The Frost Barrage dodge away from another Sparkler. 7 tiles.
It's a Sparkler. It's a Sparkler. Fuck, it's a Sparkler.
That's number 4. Number 4 on long range Sparklers today from Hubsco to close out games. And here's the mark.
What am I looking at?
This is the deck that made it a little tough for Ace.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I think the Mark deck, Mark Rocket, Hell, that Glady's running, shields away the Mark. That's an interesting play.
Oh, and a shield break already.
Brutal shield break.
It doesn't have anything to follow up, unfortunately.
Yeah, besides the fire, like, you know, it's fine, I guess.
Yeah. as Hubsgoa avoids getting that bomb placed on him, which is pretty good for the long term of this game, but needs to worry about a lot of the structures here, not just the bomb, just making it really awkward for Hubsgoa to navigate the front column there. Pulls the bomb to the other side though. That's what you like to see, as Glady now needs to worry about that bomb on their side. But once again, the Rockets not quite connecting, but Glady is just timing the follow-up so well after the rocket to capitalize a ton.
Ooh, doesn't quite get those bombs going. Has to pop them early. But no, getting caught by a mark.
Oh,
getting
and the
caught by a
rocket connects.
rocket.
9 health remaining now. Glady could take this very, very, not easily, but very approachably.
Ooh.
Just needs one hit, really. Pushing that bomb forward, threatening with that mark with the rocket, but it's not quite enough as Hubsgoa now will look to try and just get that grab, basically. Shielding away the mark here, trying to find a snipe. Hubsgoa trying to mount a massive comeback.
Hubsgoa is saving the collapse.
Yeah. Oh, and gets a shield break, but nothing.
Ooh,
Just a sparkler step.
Sparkler combo, but that's about it.
Oh, that's so tough. And now 9 health remaining. The rocket shielded away in a really tough spot on the defense. Hubsgoa known for the defense, but needs to be extra good here to stay alive. And that bomb at 1 health, such a dangerous spot. Has to dodge away here. Dodges away the rocket as well. Has to dodge again. Gets caught by the mark. And there's the... a bit of bullet hell there, I gotta say.
Yeah, when you have that much stuff flying at you, it's tough. It's tough. But, I mean, I think the fact that Hubsgoa was pushed that far and, you know, still kind of survived that long against the bullet hell that is Glady's deck, we're going to see some interesting stuff.
Yeah, and Hubsgoa, if
a little vivisection.
If he can dodge like he did in the later part of that game, you know, this could be a very solid performance from Hubsgoa to kind of take this game and win the series. But
you see that? The what is it? The claw trap clear.
Oh, I did not catch that.
Hubsgoa used a collapse to drag a barricade through a claw trap.
Oh, I see. But and so far this game, it's been a lot of damage back and forth, getting past the barricade.
Through the claw trap.
Oh, but there's the shield break. Oh no, this could be a lot of damage, but not quite. Another shield break.
Shield break, but there's nothing you can do.
If Hubsgoa was a little unlucky, Glady could have gotten like the perfect cards and basically killed there from the second shield break. That was scary.
Here's the bomb on the back row. I think not the greatest use. You have to collapse there. You can use it for funny purposes. Gets the doesn't quite get the get away from that rocket.
12 health remaining now. Trying to find a spear wave. Tough spot. Gets away from the rocket there. Trying to find a spear wave now, but that bomb is so scary. Blocks away so much space that could be used to spear wave, and now Hubsgoa 25 health on Glady, but it's looking very difficult as a good step from Glady gets out, and so does Hubsgoa. Doesn't get hit by the Chiretta weapon into combo. Gets a little bit of a spear wave. Hubsgoa trying to stay alive here, and the bomb!
What did I just see?
Oh
what did
my,
I just see?
Hubsgoa at the perfect moment.
Just through finding the bomb and turning it, just, you know, that's the thing about collapse, is it turns the enemy's bomb, it turns your opponent's bombs into your bombs. And, you know, we've seen what we just saw, that's the result of bomb plays like that. If you back row bombs, I think with a deck that has collapse integrated into it, we're gonna see more of those kinds of plays.
All right. Well, that was a set of all time, and well, Zip, Anything you want to say before we go to a short break and I get the shortest lettered name in the community?
I want to see that matchup first to 50. I want to see what sort of gameplay that results in.
Yeah, that from the spectator side, that looked crazy.
Yeah. I think definitely the tension that both players are feeling, that sort of, because Gladi full well knows that collapse can be used in that manner. And I know, and even knowing that, they can't find a way to, mitigate that sort of risk. I think that's sort of the risk you take when you play that style of deck where you would go all in on one sort of thing. Is that, if counterplay emerges, you're kind of screwed until you find a way around it.
Yeah, well, on that note, we're going to a short break, and after that, Jay will be on the mic. So see ya.
See ya.
Hello everybody, I've kidnapped Jay, otherwise known as TT Dog, also known as J-Dog, and also, I think that's not it, there has to be more.
I think that's it.
Oh, that's it? Okay, well,
Yeah.
we're seeing a bit of a cool matchup here, right? Wait, oh yeah, you're in here.
Yes, I'm here.
Zargly versus Airy, any thoughts? You can say anything, you can even, talk about Zargly's Omega Strikers performance.
Well, I played for Sargui recently in a couple friendlies. They weren't playing Slicey, but it's very combo heavy,
Mm-hmm.
Very much looking for those longer strings that are definitely very strong. And I mean, yeah, requires pretty much it requires a lot of focus to not get caught by these longer strings. So
Yeah.
definitely be interesting to see.
So, Sargly, not too optimistic about his chances against Airy here, but right now we see Airy, 30 damage,
Yeah.
just like that. The numbers didn't even disappear from the screen yet. So, wow.
I mean, just back and forth, big chains, combo trading, 30 plus damage each. Very volatile matchup it seems.
Yeah, and it's all about who gets a good starter first, and we've seen Sargly convert off of a lot of these Frost procs, getting that little bit of hit stun into whatever starters that he's looking for. But Airy's also getting very consistent strings, I think, for a while, at least in terms of tournament. One of the most aggressive Saffrons to ever do it, and just getting in there. And this Spear Wave is also a big part of that combo arsenal, trying to threaten with a Sparkler into Spear Wave and a Shield Break. Well, that's just going to be 10 damage.
Yeah, not able to get it too much off the shield break, but immediately into the K-Wave, and Airy takes game one.
Airy taking game one pretty solidly, but Sargly did have a big combo in there as well, as I'm being reminded that it didn't update the bracket command, which I should probably do. I guess if you were playing either of these players, I guess, what would you be looking out for as the card to be worried about?
I mean, obviously, with Aerie, you're definitely worried about that Spear Wave. There's definitely a lot of damage, pressure, and that's obviously, like, yeah, the biggest thing to look for. For Sargly, it's kind of like... It's definitely, like you said, those Frost procs. And I mean, we're finding a lot of confirms, of course, off of Whirl, dragging back to full position, like, 3,000 life. Very, very good for combo tool setups. So those are kind of like the cards I'd be looking out for.
Sargly trying to find a starter here. Both players, of course, using that Apprehend, a card that is a pretty good starter. And that K wave into, oh, so much damage from the fire as well. Just residual as Aerie takes a massive lead here. One hit will do it. The Spear Wave dodged away from by Sargly, who invades. Going in for a little bit of Frost procs, but a good dodge by Aerie will rent the brunt. But it's still a ton of damage from Sargly. That was bring it all the way back to even, and this game is still incredibly close. Aerie could do it in one hit, Sargly could as well. One opening is all it takes here, but a good counter hit will make it difficult. The Frost proc interrupted. That could have been big for Sargly if that last Frost stack triggered, but it is Aerie playing impeccable defense and getting the offense here. It is Aerie going up 2-0, and wow, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's a very high pressure situation. Both people, of course, looking for that combo starter just to finish off the game. I mean, yeah, very, very volatile, very, very fast. Just trying to get that one final hit in, and Aerie was able to play very cleanly to get that done.
And that minigun actually serving a pretty solid purpose on defense as well.
Oh yeah.
And blocking off that column is Aerie just getting Sargly caught a lot, but 34 damage from that little combo. Right back 24. Aerie and Sargly both with very good combo game here, and a raw Sacrifier will bring the lead in Aerie's favor for a moment, but 38 damage right back. That is the upper limit of the Sargly damage, and he does convert into a game win. It's 2-1, but that was like 238 damage combos in a row.
I mean, yeah, very well played. Incredible finding those combo strings. That's kind of like what Sargly wants to see here. Big thing that they're definitely looking for. So if they can keep that up, this series is definitely getting more interesting.
That's a lot of what surprises me. Sargly's so consistent at getting that 38. That number is memorable to me. Earlier, I mentioned someone being in like Sargly's kill range because they were at like 37 health. Sargly's just so good at chaining these cards together, and maybe it's a deck that makes it a little easy, but he's also just like very, very comfortable with it, it feels like.
Yeah, definitely. He's very confident and using the stack, it seems. And Aerie looking to get a combo started off Step Slash, and is able to actually counter the Weapon 1 dash in, and the Sacrifier as well. Getting a lot of damage.
A little bit of that stray hit extra credit here, as Sargly can't find an opening yet. Gets the kinetic wave, but it's such a short kinetic wave, not hit stunning for long enough. Spear wave, Sparklers. One Sparkler is going to do it here. Well, actually two now, but Aerie just trying to find that last hit. But once again, you're in Sargly range, but no, that is not what will continue the combo there. And now Sargly's in a lot of trouble. Gets the dodge on the return, and the Apprehend will confirm it. Aerie will take it, and that was just a crazy back and forth of really strong offense.
Yeah, that was a very fun series to watch. I mean, yeah, very offense heavy. Just waiting to see who will get that big combo first. So it's definitely a very fun matchup to watch.
So I kind of just like asked you to be on mic. I guess
yeah.
If you want, you could leave now. If you want to stay, you can stay.
I mean, I'm chill with whatever. It's whatever y'all are feeling.
Okay. Well, honestly, it's up to Sargly, because I did say in the chat, if you get knocked out, I'm kidnapping you to the mic. So Sargly, can I like... No, this is so cheesy. I'm not going to say Apprehend.
We already have now, so...
It's over.
You gotta commit to it now.
I don't even use Apprehend in the deck that I used like a year ago. Anyway. Apprehend. Sargly, can you join a Coscord VC, please? I'm not kidnapping you. Maybe. If not, then I will keep Jay hostage.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we're staying. We're gonna see Perp versus
Alright.
Sandwich. This is a pretty hard
yeah.
matchup. Sandwich, you remember the room code, right? You're in chat. So, any early thoughts on this one?
Truthfully, I haven't actually seen too much of either of these players. I've seen a bit of Perp, of course. Yeah, high damage combos is kind of what I know. Whoa.
Okay, well, Jay,
Whoa.
you can be unkidnapped now because I
might
have
be gone.
I've acquired a different player.
Wow.
Thanks for
Yeah,
coming on.
Wait,
I'm getting taken out back.
ended.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, chat.
All right, Sargly.
Awesome.
Awesome. Okay, well, you're here. You're watching this matchup. Perp versus Sandwich Master. Who are you predicting?
I have no idea. I see Perp on Saffron. I don't think I've seen that pick in a while. I don't know what deck they're running. Clearly not their old jungle, right?
Yeah, it is the Queen deck. Interesting.
Queen deck on Saffron.
A bunch of structures. And also minigun inverter break shots.
Definitely a very structure heavy deck. The SD turret is completely stopping Sandwich rather than approaching a neutral at all. Just putting down these structures, slowing down the game a bit.
Yeah, I think we're here for a pretty slow game, all things considered, right? Perp has a deck that will stall things out, and Sandwich has a lot of straight line cards, which we're seeing to great effect here so far, but these structures will block them.
Yeah, and on the other hand, Perp has like Break Shot and or Towel Fire, I mean, and that Flame Breath. That's those off angle cards, like covering the space that these structures are not, which just puts on a lot of neutral pressure for Sandwich Master to be approaching at all.
Well, we'll have to see if Sandwich can get past here, because I think the main thing of concern is that SD turret. One wrong button by Sandwich into that SD turret could mean death, but a good combo, a good string by Sandwich actually at the end, just following Perp's movement, will make the game very even.
Yeah, both in kill range right now, but Perp looking to poke, Sandwich Master looking for a clear kill off a single combo, really.
And also a big concern.
Oh,
Off of just one card. There's the Sacrifier. There's Sandwich, and there's a deck swap coming out from Perp. It's phase 2.
Immediately back to that shopkeeper.
Yeah.
Let's see which deck was it. It's the Ultra Angle deck.
Yeah, well, this is gonna be a little interesting. It is Ultra Angle, and Sandwich I think has been pretty good at avoiding it. The mobility of Harissa playing a big part, but we'll see if they can continue to do so, because getting hit once is pretty much death.
Yeah, on the other hand, I'm a little concerned about Sandwich Master having all of these straight line cards, right? Because with these, like, you're being a little more like vulnerable when you're trying to land these cards in neutral, and if Perp punishes that with Align or Magniflare, you're just dead. Even at like 93 right now, this is, despite this health deficit, this is pretty much an even game.
Does get 2 hits of that Vivisection. A lot of value found there, and getting a combo. Sandwich building up a very solid lead here. Perp's on a bit of a timer in terms of getting an amazing parry. Doesn't take damage, but an amazing Ragnarok afterwards as well. But that parry was ridiculous.
Yeah, Perp looking to close the gap, but just narrowly blocked that parry, and now in a very tough spot in lethal range. But Perp finding a Northwind or into Rag.
Good dodge, but the triple barrel comes out, and suddenly the game's completely even. 7 health remaining. Perp needs to be careful here. Kinetic Wave, 1 health, good dodges. Staying alive, shielding away. And the Northwind not targeting Perp there. 13 health remaining. Perp needs a big damage hit here, but it's not going to be easy. As once again, Northwind comes out, Sacrifice to try and catch movement. A good dodge against the Inverter. but Sandwich is also in a lot of danger. One good hit will do it. The weapons, the pressure, Perp not getting caught on the movement, as now looking for a Ragnarok or something to close it out. Once again, just covering a lot of space, but Sandwich is just playing so patiently, looking for a Sacrifier, but Perp doesn't make any sudden movements, gets the line into Ragnarok. What a tense endgame there.
Insane defensive play by Perp to just weave through all of those spells and those weapon attacks. It's like just one hit, like 5 HP, just stalling out just enough to get that Align Rag and the game.
Yeah, a single Northwind would have done it, but not getting hit by anything there. As Sandwich, a little bit of escalation, but good shield by Perp to not get caught. And that escalation is a card that's been doing a lot of work for Sandwich Master. But right now, not being able to land it consistently against Perp is a little bit tricky.
Yeah, Perp not getting intimidated, even when stuck on the bottom row or top row. Just biding her time, really. Just waiting for Sandwich Master to whiff, and then punishing with these, like, aligns, these triple barrels, these Ragnaroks.
Yeah.
Keeping this game even.
Trying to catch movement there. Kinetic Wave, a little bit of inverter from Sandwich Master. Trying to build up a more solid lead than what they have right now. Escalation found, but not quite comboing into the Vivisection here. 27 health still remaining on Perp. That's plenty of health to still set up one or two more times here. Triple barrel on the back. That is 39 damage from the fire as well. And the game suddenly evened up. A bit of a dangerous spot here for Sandwich Master because one opening from Perp could close it out.
Sandwich Master finding a stray, Sacrifier and converting off into the W1 K-Wave to just finish the game right there. Not letting Perp set up her Ultra Angle in the back again.
Phase 3. Non-Ultra Angle time.
Another deck swap.
Yep, Phase 3 has arrived.
Seeing a distinct lack of that Ultra Angle now.
No Magnaflayer either. Not playing around. Going forward, those consistent damage fadeaways, trying to catch Sandwich Master's movement here. And
More of a Shopkeeper classic.
Yep. I guess when you're playing a deck like this, I guess Perp specifically, what are you looking out for the most out of all of the cards? Like, what are you scared of the most?
Oh, it's definitely the fadeaway, and sometimes also the mine, because those are the ones that threaten you at 4 tiles away. While also being really safe on angle, like recovery time, stuff like that.
Well, so far Sandwich doing a good job of not getting caught too much while also chipping down Perp, already at 43 health. Sandwich just needs to win one to advance the winner side of Grands here. And Perp trying to catch with a K-Wave, but that escalation could be doing a lot of work here. Sandwich trying to catch Perp off guard. And that is one hit of it, but that's not enough to find a combo. But the Sacrifier, 16 health left. Sandwich could take it here with a good inverter play.
Sandwich definitely staying away from these Shopkeeper spells in neutral and just chipping down Perp with these combos, winning neutral more times than Perp can, and just taking that game really decisively with 75 health left at the end.
Yeah, it feels almost anticlimactic because of how well Sandwich played that last game. Just not getting caught by any big damage from Perp and consistently dealing the damage to win that game in just a really consistent way. And yeah, it wasn't flashy. It was just very solid gameplay.
Yeah, when we consider that like a deck like or a character like Shopkeeper can output upwards of 30 damage in a single neutral interaction, and then Sandwich Master with only missing 25 health at the end, that's basically like losing neutral like ones at most, really.
Maybe
like half the time,
yeah.
really. Yeah.
Well, we're up with a bit of a Saffron mirror here. Hupsko versus Airy, Spearwave enjoyers as well. Bit of the two sides of the Spearwave Saffron coin. Airy being generally more aggressive and Hupsko being generally more defensive. We'll see who comes out on top here.
They meet again.
Predictions, come on. You gotta answer one of these. Who's gonna win?
Hey, two sides of the same coin. It's a coin flip.
Oh well. Flip the coin then. Flip the coin and tell me an answer. Loser semifinals. Gonna be an interesting one. Hupskoa versus Airy. Hupskoa deliberating a little bit on the deck selection screen. Gonna be interesting to see what's pulled out here because Hupskoa has brought a few, but this is the Collapse one. And we'll see how it does. Collapse a pretty interesting card. We've been seeing it be used a little bit in general. I guess, have you tried out Collapse at all? Faced against Collapse?
I mean, I lost to Hupskoa's Collapse game 1, so I was. It's like there's a lot of confirms you can get off Collapse, despite it being like a really slow startup card. Which with K-Wave in Hupskoa's deck gets massive payoffs when they ended that Collapse. But Airy finding a shield break and punishing Hupskoa for just staying at the front.
Yeah, the Spear Wave shield breaks coming into play here as Airy just going pretty relentless on the offense at the moment, but there's the Collapse, there's the damage, the good chunk in the favor of Hupskoa as Airy goes in yet again. It's just really good at just deconstructing the Hupskoa defense that we saw that was so strong earlier.
Yeah, and effectively punishing that Collapse too, which takes a lot of power out of Hupskoa's deck. With Collapse being one of these main front row starters, well, there's another Collapse. Not finding much off it though, with only that Frost Brush and not enough mana to capitalize.
9 health remaining here as that Collapses in hand again. Could go for the Frost Barrage, could go for a Frost Proc here, but just throws it out, trying to zone Airy, trying to find an opportunity to use it, and this could be the chance. But you gotta watch out for those Sparklers. A good dodge by Airy and shielding away a lot of the damage here. The game's perfectly even.
Excellent Spear Wave dodge by Airy to... Whoa.
Oh! Airy just kept up the pressure, got the shield pressure as well with the K-Wave. That was so clutch.
Yeah, and Hupskoa just barely not enough shield to keep shielding there and just either got shield break or just died there, so bit of a rough spot.
Alright, Sargly. This is a new deck from Hupskoa.
Taking out the Frost package in favor of Step Slash and Vivisection mostly.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, right? It's kind of hard to confirm with the Vivisection. We'll see if Hupskoa is able to do it. I think I remember Hupskoa actually comboing you into Vivisection like once.
Yeah.
But that was only like once, so we'll see if Hupskoa can do it more than once here, because Airy is looking very confident.
Yeah, one of the problems with Vivisection, even with a deck with these confirms like with Collapse, K-Wave, is that Vivisection actually doesn't combo off of K-Wave. So I don't think there's actually any true confirmed to Vivisection in this deck, which is a little bit of a problem. Oh well, that's a shield break. That's one way you can confirm it, even taking a self hit. But
yeah, that extra credit would be a little nice there, but unfortunately, does end up being a self hit and getting a lot of just hits of the Vivisection, just using it to throw it out. It is a very good value card after all, and just putting on the pressure here.
Yeah, and Airy backed into a corner with massive health deficit and just playing the back row. Both of them playing the back row, not really wanting to approach against this Collapse and Spear Wave.
Airy getting a little bit of damage whenever possible here, but here's the Collapse, here's the K-Wave, and that's Hupskoa methodically taking a game here.
Hupskoa never failing to land that Collapse into K-Wave, like with incredible consistency too. Even though everyone really has been hit stepping that Collapse, he's still just confirming to K-Wave anyway, like on reaction or something. It's still voodoo, honestly.
Yeah, you have to read it, right? That does not look easy at all. Oh, but that one, unfortunately for Airy, was a little bit easy for Hupskoa right there, right in front, and Hupskoa does get the good damage, but it's still an even game, still a lot of Spear Wave potential, and there it is, a great pull, reading the step from Airy, and some extra credit with the Vivisection as well. Hupskoa looking very confident now with the deck change.
The Step Slash really putting in a lot of work after swapping, and with the Spear Wave looking, K-Wave Spear Wave looking to end the game, but yeah, and there it is, the Kinetic Wave. It was actually not being true, so Airy lives to see another day.
Alright, once again, the K-Wave coming through for Airy this time. A lot of K-Wave, a lot of Spear Wave, waves back and forth. Collapse even seems like a bit of a wave here. And 2 health remaining. Oh, Hubsco had to predict, but Airy does manage to defend there. Goes in, tries to get a little bit more regen. Still staying alive though, and Hubsco once again collapse in hand. Gets the pull, shielded away. Airy with the defense, still staying alive somehow.
Just incredible movement through all of those hitboxes, really. Just barely. Oh, but caught by the spear wave at the end. 3 wide in the corner, just way too difficult to dodge away from.
That was a little tough. But Airy, near the end, was playing some amazing defense, almost brought it all the way back. Hubsco's health was draining, and right here, opening pretty even, but I think my eyes are still on that collapse, as my eyes have always been on the collapse in this set.
I think Hubsco's like the only player who I've seen use collapse, and it's pretty damn effective, so.
Yeah, I think I remember, who was it? Was it Fungi? It was some Hazel player that was using it. It was Dragon, yes, okay, there we go. Yeah, it was Dragon that was using it last week, before the LAN. And it also seemed pretty effective there too, like converting off of Wrench instead of the K-Wave, or yeah, something like that. So that was pretty interesting, but right now, Hubsco had a bit of a lead here and not getting caught by the Sacrifier afterwards.
Yeah, Airy now managed to effectively dodge collapse and hit stepping out of it earlier, as we saw. Hubsco actually dropped the collapse K-Wave because Airy managed to hit step to the top row instead, and now sort of finding the pace of this Hubsco's deck and not getting hit as much. Mostly just chip damage, but that Wave Sparkle almost ending the game outright.
Okay, 1 hit's all it takes, and that's 1 hit of Vivisection. Hubsco moving on here to face Perp in Losers Final. Wow.
Yeah.
Well played by both players, but after that first game, Hubsco changed deck, locked in, had a game plan, it seemed like.
Entrancing Spearwave Mirror. Despite it being a Spearwave Mirror, it really wasn't the center of attention. Mainly it was that collapse, really, and just watching Airy fight that collapse.
Alright, well, it's Hubsco versus Perp. Losers Final. This is going to be an interesting one. They did not face in winners, I believe. So, we'll have to see.
Their first meeting in this bracket.
I'm going to have to interrupt the replays. We live in the present.
Oh, that is the old triangle deck.
Yep. I mean, Perp, starting off with phase 2, basically, right? It's not going the Queen, not going the Saffron. Just heading right into it.
We'll have to see how the Hubsco's defensive play works against this. Or, well, there's still a mine payoff, but did dodge it earlier, so not an old triangle threat, at least. Keeping this game even. Almost perfectly even.
Good dodges by Hubsco, not getting caught here, but doesn't connect the shear. Would have liked that extra damage, and good dodge from Perp as well. Both players playing excellently on the defense, but gets caught by the Magna Flare. But Perp, luckily for Hubsco, doesn't get lucky, but here it is. Good dodge to get out of the triple barrel. And Hubsco, though, lingers a little bit too long in that 4 away, and Perp loves that counter hit Ragnarok.
Perp with the Shopkeeper Classics, really. Not really finding the old triangles, but still getting these mines, these claw traps, triple barrels, to still keep up the pace despite having this old triangle threat in the back that's not really doing too much in this game so far.
Alright, well, I just noticed. Well, I didn't just notice, but I just thought again, this is another deck, another different deck from Hubsco, shuffling away a lot of the cards from Perp with the Quad Claws. And a good shields, but gets caught by another hit there, and Hubsco is losing health pretty rapidly. Not something you want to do against Perp.
Old triangle, a present threat at the front, would have just a few seconds away from just ending Hubsco's life from that dash attack, but
Yeah,
Is that Magna Flare? Yeah, I don't know.
Hubsco very calculated to not get caught by the Ultrangle there, and here too, dancing very close to death. But Perp suddenly at single digit HP, this Spear Wave could do it, trying to find a fake out as Hubscoa, not quite, as now Hub needs to be a little bit careful of that hand from Perp. Ragnarok could do it here. Align Rag, the classic, will find it, and Perp will take the first game.
Yeah, despite never really landing these ult strangles, they're still playing a little bit of a zoning thread. And really, it's kind of helping Perp land these Align Rag, Align Joel Barrel. So despite these ult strangles haven't been hitting in these past few sets, but this deck is still definitely competent at what it does.
It doesn't actually need Ultrangle, just the threat of Ultrangle really, sometimes, as Perp, bit of an awkward hand, trying to set up the Ultrangle here, does have Heart of the Flame, does have the mana catch, tries to align, but Hubsco a good dodges, did not take a million damage there. Very critical dodge, gets away from the Ragnarok as well, and a very good opening for Hubsco actually. Changed decks over to the Collapse deck, and gets a little bit of the Sparkler as well.
Oh, these incredible like row 1, row 2 parries or dodges from these setup cards from Perp. Really just keeping Hubsco up by such a massive health advantage. Because no chip damage, no huge combos.
Yeah.
Perp fishing a little bit.
Hub
never
even
really made
taunted there.
impact.
Like,
Yeah.
Hub's feeling himself at the moment. We'll see if that converts into a win. But it is indeed a pretty big health lead. But as I say that, the health lead dwindles a little bit.
Perp finding one neutral win there to hit that triple barrel, but not too much to extend off it. So
Ooh, goes gambling, doesn't get the payoff of the mine. And Hub's got to be pretty careful here.
yeah, these lines are not paying off too much as well. With just either no setup or Hubsco just being able to dodge them just so effectively. And it's really just a lot of pressure, a lot of massive health advantage still.
Yeah,
And
but
even though Perp could kill Hubsco in like a single combo, I don't think that opening is gonna come with how Hubsco's playing.
yeah. There was a little bit of good defense there from Perp, right? Stepping down in front of the mine, which protected her from any follow from Hubscoa, but in the end, it was just too much of a health lead for Hubscoa here. And Hub's gonna look to continue that, gets the K-Wave, gets a little bit of the convert. But again, like that Vivisection, it is good when you want that chip damage, when you want to just throw it out. Maybe someone gets hit by that 5 damage, but it's so rough to combo into, especially for a deck like this, it feels like.
Yeah, I think we the only time I've been seeing it land is when Hubsco hits his step slash, but off of Collapse, there's a few too many draws and a little too much mana you would need to actually land all of that together, unfortunately.
Alright, good
Hubsco
dodge.
backed into a corner by that triple barrel, but managing to dodge away and not taking too much damage.
Gotta be a little bit careful though, could get pulled forward, and does take the little bit of a ride to the front column here, as Hubsco gets a little bit of the Vivisection damage as well, gets a snipe with the crossfire, needs to be careful, that's a shield break, that's a Ragnarok, that's a triple barrel as well, 49 damage, a little bit that's fake due to the shield, but still a good chunk here, and the way Perp's placing these tax returns is making it very difficult for Hubscoa to find any collapse follow-ups.
Yeah, as we know, Shopkeeper is a zoning character, and with how Perp is using these mines as traps, these Shopkeeper mines, or even these Ultrangles, Hubsco kind of struggling to find these straight lines. That's a shield break and 49 damage. Another shield break, well, just 2 shield breaks to end that game, really.
That was wild.
Hubsco's Frost package is coming back in
Yeah.
favor of the Step Slash and Vivisection.
I think this might make this might be a little bit better in the matchup, especially because we saw the Vivisection not really too useful against Perp, who wasn't getting caught by it raw, and it's kind of rough to combo into as well. But once again, the 4 away. If you linger for too long, Perp has the counter at Ragnarok. So ready with that
Yeah, with the Claw Trap, and Hubsco just denied the space to be comboing. Well, even though that was a reversal, really.
Right.
Hubsco finding a Spear Wave to even up the game, and just staying away from perp setups quite effectively.
Needs to be careful here though. Magnaflare dodged away from, not even a chance at the gamble here. But still gotta be careful of that mine, and the Spear Wave from across the entire field will connect. Gets out of there, doesn't get caught by the Ragnarok, and can't quite land a collapse, but another Spear Wave connects, and suddenly Hubsco had a massive lead. 2 Spear Waves make the difference here. 2 health to Sparkler. It's 2-2. We're heading to game 5.
Yeah, despite perp just denying the front column and making it really difficult for Hubsco to convert off collapse, Hubsco is still finding like off-angle cards to start combos, and with that Frost Barrage in the deck now, that definitely adds to the pressure and helps win neutral.
Right, we'll have to see what happens here. Final game of the losers finals determines who goes to Grands and who drops at 3rd place here. Let's see how it goes, and early Frost stack is very, very nice for Hubscoa, but this is the final phase perp deck. No Ultrangle, no Magnaflare, no messing around, and like you mentioned, the fadeaway.
Yeah, a real classic shopkeeper deck. Finding that minigun, a little bit of pressure keeping Hubscoa in place for that minigun. Another minigun.
Hubscoa with a pretty solid lead so far, but still needs to keep up the defense. Cannot slow down for even a second here, because perp could just get a massive combo if you're not careful. Triple Barrel comes out, the K-Wave. Going for a Spear Wave, maybe. Just shuffles it away. Doesn't want to overextend. Doesn't want to risk. And there's the first fade away. Oh.
Stuck in the corner
Oh.
by the shopkeeper. Whoa.
Yeah.
We're punishing a bit of the hesitance with the classic shopkeeper guillotine W2.
But perp's taking a lot of damage here. Hubsco is at a comfortable lead at the moment. Could be converting this into a win. Dodging the north wind. Perp still staying alive at the moment, but the mana is looking rough for Perp. Using a lot of it on dodges. Gets caught by the Spear Wave. And 4 health remaining could be the ticket here. That's it. Hubscoa moving on to Grands.
Yeah, the raw. It's kind of ironic how it's the raw hailstone that killed there, but with how Perp was just kind of sitting in the corner waiting for those like straight lines. I think Hubsco picked up on that and just decided to walk over and hailstone to the Frostbrock. A little silly. That entire game was just Hubsco having a bunch of off-angle cards and just forcing Perp back. Not really being in danger throwing out those off-angle cards either. And just staying at range, staying safe. And with Perp trying to zone him out so desperately, and these off-angle cards hitting anyway, it's just kind of a tough matchup.
Yeah, and that means we're guaranteed to have a new, unique Sunday Shuffle winner here. As a Sunday Shuffle winner yourself, Sargly, what do you have to say about this one?
I have not seen these two in Grands ever. It's always like Perp or Mickle, and it is pretty cool to see these two in Grands here. 2 players I'm decently familiar with in the middle bracket.
Right. Which stage would be good for this one? It's island time.
I don't think I've seen this map before. It's gonna be a little surreal seeing a different map in the Void.
Yeah, Hubscoa versus Sandwich. Sandwich in winner's side here. Hub needs to win 2 sets, and it's gonna be an interesting one. It's just a really it's a really compact list from Sandwich. The deck just looks very, very focused, I feel like, and kinda scary. Sandwich just looks so precise with the inverter as well. That's 31 damage already, and it isn't even 10 seconds in.
Yeah, an incredible string with Sandwich Master just showing the call potential of these cards. It's like with Escalation, this K-Wave starter, it's so much damage you can put out with like any straight hit, really, as long as Sandwich Master's game is on point.
Oh, and just gets a Sacrifice, gets a little bit more of the Vivisection. The damage is becoming a little overwhelming. A ridiculous lead for Sandwich Master. Does get the Vivi though. Hubsgoa follows all the way to the top row. But on the other end, it is once again the Kinetic Wave. Sandwich, both players dealing so much damage, but Sandwich is just on another level right now.
Yeah, it's going really back and forth, like punishing them when they're getting greedy with these strings. And even though Hubsgoa's at a little bit of deficit, it's so volatile right now.
2 health remaining. There's the pull. A lot of shield pressure. And there is the weapon to close it out. Sandwich with a very quick first game. Hubsgoa did a lot of damage back, but kind of felt like it was in Sandwich's hands the whole way for that first game at the very least.
Yeah, now we're gonna see a deck swap. Hubsgoa probably looking for something to fight that. I don't know, actually. It's Hubsgoa's getting outpaced and damaged a little bit, but if he can avoid getting hit a little more, it would probably close the gap a little more as well.
We'll have to see how it ends up being here.
This is the sheer apprehend deck.
With the quad claws as well.
Yeah, looking to fight the front row a little more.
Oh, and the Sandwich is just shuffling away when hit with the quad claws. I think I like that, because Sandwich has a lot of power all throughout the hand, so just getting the shuffle done with is pretty good, I think.
Yeah, especially with like cards like Escalation, Vivisection being really dependent on being in like the middle of the deck or like early in the deck, so that you can confirm into them or out of them. It's what Sandwich Master needs. So we're seeing a lot of shuffles in the middle of the deck here.
Alright, Sandwich getting in there, getting caught by the minigun though, and just taking it a little bit slower, but no, never mind, just keeping up the pace once again, getting the weapon on the back column and continuing to deal chip damage here with the Harissa weapons.
Yeah, no cards in hand to follow up a lot of damage, but still preventing Hubsgoa from punishing with just like throwing out all those weapon attacks.
Oh, and there's the inverter. There's a one hit of the Vivi earlier as well. 5 health remaining. Sandwich is doing such a good job at chipping out Hubsgoa. That's another game, and it's looking very decisive. Sandwich is it's just playing so well today.
Yeah, really dismantling Hubsgoa's defensive play, which we've seen earlier is generally really good, but somehow Sandwich Master are finding like these K-waves, these pulls, just getting these massive payoff combos, 30 plus damage sometimes, which just outpacing Hubsgoa's deck, despite Hubsgoa typically being a really defensive and efficient player.
And here we are at the potential last game. Frost is what Hubsgoa is looking at right now. Will it be the answer is the question here, but Sandwich is just playing at such a breakneck pace here, just getting in there and interrupting the collapse as well. That's a big tool gone for Hubsgoa. And Sandwich shuffles so early, knows exactly what they're looking for in terms of offense.
Yep, Hubsgoa firing back, just putting on these early combos with the Crossfire and K-Wave in the front. Spear Wave keeping that advantage a little bit for really the first time this set. Hubsgoa is at a health advantage, even if it's a really small one.
Yeah, needs to maintain this, needs to play solidly on the defense, but is caught by the escalation. No follow-up found by Sandwich though, was busy getting hit on the other end, but if Sandwich gets an escalation hit like that without being in hit stun themselves, then that might just be death for Hubscoa here. And there's the escalation, there's the inverter, there's everything. That's 8 health remaining for Hubscoa.
That is 34 damage off a single starter, that escalation.
Right?
Really just a lasting situation right now with the Stack Fire in
Oh.
hand. Landing the Stack Fire,
3
3 health remaining with Northwind.
Needs to be very careful. And there's the auto slash. Sandwich Master 3-0 decisively. What a great performance in this tournament.
Yeah, Hubscoa going through all 3 decks, but never really finding an answer. Just getting outpaced in damage so often, so consistently. The Sandwich Master just never letting that up.
What a performance by Sandwich. You're just such an incredibly well played game plan run and adaptation as well, because Sandwich went full 5 games with Hubscoa in winter semis, but in grands it was a 3-0. Oh my.
Wow. Just really just dismantling Hubscoa's defense with that.
Yeah, and it's got to be rough for Hubscoa, right? Has been very close to the title so many times. Plenty of placings in the top 4, and this one might have been the closest one yet. Just so close. And unfortunately, this one is Sandwich Masters. Congratulations, and also, thank you to Sandwich for winning that quickly, because I did schedule something in 3 minutes from now, and thanks for finishing that so that I could do the thing that I scheduled 3 minutes from now. Oh yeah.
You're going to be late?
I'm not gonna. Well, sometimes I'm late, but it's all good. But yeah, thanks Sargly for coming on here with Negative Notice.
Yeah, of course. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it was chill. You're good at casting. You should do this more.
I'm busy so often.
Okay.
It's the weekend.
That's true. Sorry for taking your time.
Hey, it was fun. No worries.
And also thanks Jay for also coming on, and thanks Zip for also coming. Anyway, yeah. Off I go for the 3rd different event in the same day on the same stream. See ya, everybody.
Bye.